Hearty respect to you, everyone. Truth realization is the basic need of human life. Truth realization and self realization both are same. Without it, it's not possible to bring permanent peace in heart. Very important thing. Sometimes we get happiness and sorrow in our mind temporarily, but without truth realization, it's never possible to be in peace continuously. Now, naturally, a question arises in mind. Then, obviously, truth realization will be very tough or difficult. And in that aspect, spiritual practitioners practice their practices during their entire life. Belief like this may arise on the surface of mind, but the reality is completely apart from it. Truth realization or the self realization is not too tough, but the preparation in that aspect is very unique or special. There is no comparison with any worldly preparation or effort. After having initiation from the master, a seeker starts to walk along the way of spirituality, and it's nothing but for preparation of the mind and intellect. Usually, our mind and intellect are not at all ready to accept the truth due to ignorance. So, by the help of long term spiritual practice, very honestly, mind and intellect get prepared. Mind and intellect get prepared to welcome the truth. It's very interesting mystery here. By the practice of yoga, when our mind is prepared to welcome the truth, simply removes the ignorance, the incident happens simultaneously. In one side, our mind or intellect at the time or at that moment both are same, because pure mind and pure intellect both are same. So when the mind is ready or prepared to welcome the truth as it is, very important thing is this: to welcome the truth as it is, not through any layer of ignorance. At the same moment, it vanishes the ignorance from the mind or the pure intellect. Then naturally another question may arise here. Then what happens here? Nothing. Answer is that simply it disappears the ignorance. Just after realizing the truth. At that moment, it's clear to the intellect of the seeker. Here, that intellect which started to search the truth. Very interesting thing is that in one side it's welcomed the truth as it is, in other side it disappears the ignorance. Actually both incidents happen simultaneously or at that moment. So main thing is that truth realization is not so difficult, but the preparation is very special or unique. Previously already I mentioned it. During the entire spiritual practice, a seeker tries to be prepared for that moment where it's possible to welcome the truth from. In the aspect of truth realization, it arises various type of higgledy-piggledy thoughts in the mind of the seeker. Oh yes, how is it possible to attain that highest truth? It needs very tough practice. long time sitting, years after years, so and so. And it's not possible in this era, particularly, this kind of false beliefs arise in our mind. All of this are due to nothing but ignorance. If we get an enlightened soul or enlightened master, then he or she will help us to become free from all type of doubts or ignorance, because ignorance is nothing but poison which kills the inner peace. During our entire life, we face it unknowingly. Then naturally question may arise as he, what's the definition of ignorance? I mean, to know anything or the situation as it is knowledge, and not to know any situation or the thing as it is ignorance. So it's mentioned in scripture that it's very easiest, or it's the easiest process, that's nothing but analysis, by which or through what one's intellect discovers or can discover the truth without as if any effort. But my respected viewers, I have already mentioned that the preparation to welcome the truth is very unique. No worldly institution teaches us in that aspect for worldly attainment. There is only one place, that's nothing but the very shelter of an enlightened master. To sit at the feet of An enlightened master, one learns the way how to welcome the truth as it is. So, my dear and respected viewers, there is no worry or tension about it for the attainment of the truth. If you have a real master who will very safely guide you towards your goal, that's nothing but the enlightenment or the realization, because enlightenment is everywhere. Due to ignorance of our intellect, we are not able to understand it. When your mind will be prepared in true sense, then only by the very hint from your master, it naturally, it will naturally remove, or it will be naturally removed, the very layer of ignorance, and you will see that truth is there, and at that moment it will be realized truth and you are nothing but same. Or the very partition between you two will be removed. That's all.